had a nice little F flag. Okay, nice move to the upside, 1, 2, 3 up. F flag cracked, great, ready to go. Should go much lower. And what happened? Oh, news comes out. There's standard manipulation, of course, and it goes right back up. So from failed moves comes fast moves in the opposite direction, pops. It's not going to go much further, but it is worth noting.
Okay, so here is the NASDAQ here, and I've tried to put roughly in the trend lines where he had them. And I guess right here, this one right here was that little break below that trend line, and he failed moves comes fast reactions in the opposite direction, blah, blah, blah. You've heard all that stuff before. Yeah, okay, but what if you went short there? What's he saying? Is he giving you a trade, or is he just talking about it? Maybe just talking about it. And it's not long for this world, right? Let's just move this ahead. Not long for this world. Not long for this world. There we go. So here's the problem. You may or may not have been in a long, I don't know. Actually, I was going to back this up to tell you something, but I'll tell you that one. I'll show you that one on the ES because he makes a point right on the ES, and I can show you the contrast. So it's not long for this world. Well, maybe so, but we're about 5 weeks into it since he called it, and it's only been up. So imagine if you had been fortunate enough to get long somewhere down here, and now he's telling you get out, you got to go, it's overbought. And to a lot of people that means go short, and don't let him try to kid you that he wasn't telling people to go short in and around that time, because there's a lot of people that watch his videos and they were short in and around that time, some just before. Now, okay, a failed move and it goes up and it's not long. Well, what if someone's short based on your idea that it wasn't long before this thing was just going to go down? And of course, when he draws these lines, he's drawing them like, a 95% crash type of deal, which is just ridiculous. And I don't think he's just being sloppy with his line drawing. I think he's a career doomer that just thinks, we should be down 50% from here, every other month or something. So not long for this world, get people short. You got to get out. Now look what you did. Look what your thinking did. All right. All it did is cause you to get out of a position that was working, going up. And now what are you going to do? Heaven help the people that got short on your ideas, because now they're about 9% behind. Oh, well, I told them just to get a little bit. Yeah. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Wait a minute. Didn't you call people nibblers? That wasn't a way to go. I don't know how this worked, but take a small position so it doesn't hurt you. I don't care it's going up. And by the way, he's told people to go short, because on videos after this, he's saying exactly that. So don't let him kid you that he hasn't got people short a month ago. And his answer to that isn't, oh, maybe I'm wrong, maybe get out and cut some losses. No, his answer to that most of the times is so what? It's going to break. Yeah, but what if it doesn't? Or what if it does, but you're so far wrong, it breaks, because now the market's got to lose 10%, at least for some of these guys, just to get break even. Listen, the market doesn't go down 10% all day, every day. We already had one good one this year. I'm not saying we're not going to have another one. Who knows? But Jesus, you can't rely on being right. That's the problem. Especially when you're short. It's horrible. It's a horrible way to short. You got the whole idea upside down. So you took off a perfectly good long because your vague hunches and feelings were completely wrong. We've never been that low again in the last month. Nice job making moves to cut your own arm off for no valid price reason. It's exactly the opposite of what to do.
This is when I was talking about the short time. So let's move on to bigger and better things. All right. What do you see here? This chart, right? You don't have to be a technical analyst. You don't have to.
Okay, I'm not going to talk over him here, but this is just some brilliant work here. By the way, that was sarcasm. What do you see here? Good God. Okay, let's listen in.
Be some guru. What do you see there? A big erection, right? Market.
Did he just say big erection?
Vertical. Big hockey stick. And we go all the way back to what? 1986. Look at that. This is the NASDAQ. Right? Straight up. What do you think is going to happen next? Straight down. That's what's.
There we go. What has he got there? 8,000 from 22? Straight down. He's not talking something down here. If he was thinking your standard correction of 10 to 20%, all right, he'd be up here. He would be down here. And by the way, what is this idea that you're looking at the NASDAQ, which, by the way, isn't the same NASDAQ we had back in 2000, because he's going to talk about this. It took 17 years. Jesus Christ. What we had in tech in 2000, the makeup of the NASDAQ is nothing like the makeup of the NASDAQ now. And I don't mean the individual names. I'm literally talking the valuations and what was going on back then. Okay, nothing like this is not comparable to this. It's just not. Holy smokes. Now, I got to tell you, I found this information out for the first time, at least that I remember, on this video. Nick is actually a pretty young guy. I think he said he's mid-40s or whatever. So, Nick was not trading the market in 2000. The guy was fresh out of high school. You know, what are you when you're a teenager fresh out of high school? Okay, you're thinking about women, alcohol, drugs, if you're a guy. Oh, maybe if you're a girl too. I gotta get current here. You have no money. You're washing dishes or whatever. By the way, just fine. You do what you got to do to make the scratch, to put fuel in your vehicle or mom and dad's car, and to buy your booze or whatever the hell you're doing. The point is, you are not looking at investing as a mature adult, with assets under your belt. You've got nothing. So Nick has no idea, because he was just a young buck back in 2000. And what surprised me here is, Nick, buddy, your health is worth more than anything. And you look to me like you're a full 15 years older than what you are. Pal, start taking care of yourself health-wise so you can see 60, 70, 80. Come on, buddy. Listen, no one's guaranteed another minute in life. But shit, dude, I was stunned when I heard you were mid-40s, because you look way older than that. And looks can be deceiving, absolutely, because it's about genetics, not looks. But holy shit, buddy. Twofold. Start taking care of your health a little better. But more important here for this video, you have no clue what was going on in 2000 bubble. No clue. Unfortunately, I am old enough to remember all of this stuff, and I traded it beginning in the mid-90s. So I fully understand the garbage that was going on in the 2000s. Listen, not one of these companies were very profitable at all, and this was the beginning of the tech bubble. Everyone started to get a home computer. Everyone got an email account. The whole shebang. It was a massive explosion, but it was a freaking mess because it was brand new and we were still fleshing out the winners and the losers. It was a total nightmare. Most companies didn't live to see the end of 2002, and those companies had valuations, all of them, and they were never profitable world-class companies. Not a freaking one of them. Not yet. It was just too young. We didn't know anything back then. We were riding the tip of the wave, and we had no clue how big this wave was, where it was going. It was just crazy. All right, so nothing back then in the NASDAQ has anything comparable to the NASDAQ of today, where we've got world-class leaders, winners. Our tech is just absolutely amazing versus the shit we had back then. And the internet was just starting to take off, and message boards and the media was just starting to get a grip on, how can we manipulate this market? So message boards were crazy. They were manipulative. The manipulation on business channels was really starting to grow. And, the authorities were just behind on this. So it was just rampant. I know this because I traded in it, and I could frigging tell you some stories. And it was unbelievable. So, nothing. Today is nothing like back then. So any comparison is crazy. Now let's talk about this move up. Folks, the market is a growth function. A growth function. I can grab random places in time, anywhere in here, and it will look like this. That's what a growth function looks like. So if this scares you, that we've got to come down 90% because it scares most people, then put it on a log scale, because that will turn a growth function straight. It's the same numbers, but you'll see it's an actual growth function. It's a compound return. And this type of stuff won't scare you, and it won't lull you into your primitive, reptile brain losing your shit that this somehow means something negative, that we're going to crash. I mean, it's nothing of the sort. It's how you display the data and how you understand. This is a growth function. I can show you this in a zillion time frames anywhere in here where you don't see it. The right edge always straight the fuck up. That's what defines compound growth. So this is just lulling you into being afraid for no reason. Stop this nonsense.